lalu.
Preparation for the Great War is you must stock up on blankets, on warm clothing, on food which is non-perishable like canned food, stock up on water, stock up on firewood. I am stocking up on firewood. Stock up on lighters to light a fire. I have spoken a lot about this, and you will be able to get more security in the remote countryside than in the city, where there will be anarchy when there is no electricity, there is no running water, there is no supply of food. People will be fighting each other dog eat dog in the cities and breaking down your home, your doors of your home if they suspect you have food. So get out of the cities, please, and go to the remote countryside, as I am myself doing. That's why I'm building that small home. It's just 100 yards away from the beach, the remote countryside of Trinidad, and I can get fish to eat. Now then, the last thing I want to say is to direct attention. If no nuclear war takes place, who are those who are most vulnerable? And the answer, it's women and children who have no husband, no father, no man around them to protect them. So in the same way that I've always advised, when we have a large gathering, if any event takes place that causes panic, every single man who is present must now become the protector of every woman who is present. No man must seek to escape. No. If we have to die, we die, but we must protect our women and children who are present. That is the way of Islam. So in the same way that you don't rush to the door, trampling over people to escape if a fire is taking place. No! Every single man in that gathering will go and take care and protect the woman and the children. That is Islam. We have a different way of people. And so in preparing for the Great War, we must think about our sisters who are living alone. They're single. They have no husbands. They're either never married or they're divorced. Some of them have children and they're living alone. What can we do for them? If you have the means to marry, then you should offer to marry them. Loyalty to Allah comes first, not loyalty to your wife, not loyalty to your children, loyalty to the truth. And the need of the hour today is, if you have the means to marry, then marry. Then what else can we do for our sisters? This is the most important part here. If you can bring a number of such women together, and those who have children, and put them in a big house or in a complex where they can live together and support each other, and they might be able to even meet some means of livelihood. But you are doing it, you are providing for them if you have the means. The wives of the Prophet ﷺ lived in huts. They were comfortable living in huts. So if you can do that, and you bring a number of women, they're not your wives, they're not your milk al-yamin, but you are bringing them together and providing them with the security of living together rather than living alone, and ensuring they have a place to sleep, ensuring they have food to eat, and most of all, they are protected. This is the last thing I want to speak about, that these women also, in the chaos which has followed the Great War, remember what happened in Syria, the amount of zina taking place, the enslavement of women in Syria, and they call that Salafi Islam. So these women will be even more vulnerable to sexual attacks when the Great War takes place. And remember what happens when you commit zina. I have said it many times. Dajjal wants to encourage zina, because when you commit zina, which is adultery and fornication, sexual relations, meaning sexual intercourse, without the legal framework of marriage or medical yamin. Then what happens is that all the nur in your heart is gone, and you are inside, you have only darkness. And when you have only darkness inside, you can't understand Dajjal. Every tune that Dajjal plays, you will dance to it the way they dance 3 feet apart in Salat. On all of these masajid, they were praying 3 feet apart and with their face mask. Like Dajjal's tune, they were dancing to it, deaf, dumb and blind. But if you have nur in your heart, you won't do that. I never perform my salat in any jamaat with people standing 3 feet apart. Never did it. And I never perform my salat with a face mask. Never. No, I prefer to pray at home than to go and join that circus. So, if you are able to bring these women together and provide them with some security, and provide them with the means whereby they have food to eat, they have clothing, and they live together to keep the company each other, these women will be safe from that zina out there. Think about our sisters. Think about the sexual predatory who is going to attack them when the Great War takes place. They'll be vulnerable. Think about their vulnerability, our sisters and their children, and act now before the Great War takes place, if Allah gives you the means to protect our sisters. Thank you.
Masih banyak topik yang akan kita bahas. Silakan subscribe channel kami agar kita bisa lebih dekat dan bersama membahas berbagai topik menarik lainnya. Like bila Anda suka dan unlike saja bila Anda tidak suka dengan video seperti ini. Terima kasih telah menonton dan sampai jumpa.